How'd you like to put $163 back in your pocket?
The School of Podcasting with Dave Jackson.
Hey, I'm Dave Jackson from the schoolofpodcasting.com, where I help you plan, launch, and grow your podcast. And the other night, I was looking at some of my older YouTube videos, and the way my studio is set up, I have two key lights from Elgato right here. I've got this tree thing that my camera is stuck on, and I noticed that if I'm doing something, and sometimes I talk with my hands, and sometimes I do this, and all of a sudden it's a bad episode of, Star Trek. No, Captain, I'm doing all I can. Right, everything started shaking because I put my hand on the desk. I'm just barely bumping it here. And that's kind of the disadvantage of having everything clamped to your desk. It's fine as long as you keep your hands off your desk. Or what I've noticed is, I have a Streamdeck. It's this little box with buttons on it. But what happened was when I noticed, oh my gosh, the camera is accidentally moving. I'll just bump it here a little bit. If you look at the book in the back, profit from your podcast, by the way, it jiggles a little. And you got to remember, some people might be watching this on your phone. But what it did is, remember, creating a good podcast takes time to create good content. Good content doesn't just fall off trees. And so you spend your time making that content. Instead, I spent my time looking at this, and I'm like, oh, look, sometimes it's called a Varipole or an Autopole, and that then led me, of course, over to Amazon, and I was like, oh, it's only $163. I could get that, and I started, like, I could picture it. I actually got out a tape measure and measured it like it would fit, and I could put it right above the window, and that would be there, and I could take my key lights, I could buy another clamp and flip it upside down and hang it on the pole, and I could take the camera, and I think it would hang it down. It would be right here, and then I could do this. I could put my hand on the desk, and I have to worry about it. And that $163. Now, for some people, $160 is, I got that in my couch cushion, and other people are like, man, $163, not a little bit of money in my world. And I was thinking about it, but the other fun part was we weren't done yet, because now that I see this, well, now, you got to ask yourself, maybe there's a cheaper way of doing this. Of course, maybe there's some sort of off-brand. So I spend more time, and I go over here, and then you can see your search history. I was doing here, and then more things, and it just kept going on and on and on. And time keeps on slipping right into the future. And I'm just like, okay. And then finally it dawned on me, because I was like, wait, $163. What if I just didn't put my hand so hard on the desk? Or what if when I press my Streamdeck, watch this, you ready? We're going to go in close. Okay, now I'm going to go back to me. And now watch this, I'm going to go back to me again. Ooh, I'm just barely touching. Here's another one. See, notice nothing's jiggling because I'm doing it soft. It's a novel idea. And you know what I just did? Yeah, I put $163 back in my pocket. But I'm here to tell you, the brain, that dopamine was kicking in. Oh, my friends are going to walk in and go, oh, look at this. It's so cool. Yeah, but that's not going to grow your audience. It's not going to grow unless your video looks horrible. If your audio sounds horrible, new gear is not going to fix your podcast. So many people come up to me and they go, hey, Dave, you got to listen to this podcast. And I'm like, why? And they're like, it's like butter for your ears. No, actually, they don't say that. Nobody says that. It's all about the content. And we're just obsessing over the gear. And so keep that in mind. My advice here is, if you find yourself in that kind of mood, sleep on it. Wait till the next morning when maybe some logic has kicked in. Because there is a big difference between a want and a need. Can I have some, please, sir? Right, there's a difference between that. And I want you to spend your money on things that will actually help you grow your audience. Now, if you need help with any of this stuff, of course, you can come visit me over at schoolofpodcasting.com, where I help you plan, launch, and grow your audience. And in some cases, I can save you $163.